Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday night meeting place call. We're excited that you all took the time to come here on Monday night for 20 minutes, half hour to hear from some people in the field, hear from some leaders, hear from people that have stuff to offer. And tonight we wanted to talk about some takeaways from our event. Now, we just did an event, Paul and I, and our team, Darlene Reimer, Jen Moyer, Kevin Duguay. We did an event in Oakville, and it was a really fabulous event. Unfortunately, we had some weather issues because people started to drive to Oakville, and it was incredibly foggy on Saturday morning. So some people weren't able to get there. However, it was a fabulous get together, and it's always so nice to to get together and be able to see each other. And I know there's other people that wanted to be there that couldn't be there, that were doing events or doing shows or had stuff booked already. So we thought about you. We hope that you had great shows on the weekend in place of it. But we were blessed to have Jay there as well. And we thought tonight that we'd just call on the field for a bit and talk about some of the takeaways, some of the experience that you felt was valuable for you, for your guests, and if there's anything that we could do different. I know that, well, it's nice to see Colleen Lowe. She's on the call tonight. She's a brand new associate who was at our event, who just enrolled as well. So welcome, Colleen. Good to see you on here. Um, but great event, eh, Paul? I mean, despite the fact that some people couldn't show, it turned out to be very good, and Jay was on his game for sure.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic, and it's always great to just be back. There's nothing like the being in the room together and the atmosphere, and Jay just kind of yeah, just he was bang on with how he went about it. We almost hadn't seen him do this kind of style before, and I like it. And yeah, it was great to see. I mean, it just proves that these events work. I don't know how many people enrolled, but I know that I was asked for my laptop so that I could give it to Colleen so that she could actually sign up right on the spot. She was, super excited. It's Monica Wanner who introduced her, and she had been a customer for 4 years, and this is just great intel. And she's been following along, obviously the whole time, and then she finally just decided that, hey, this was it. It was time to step into this, and she knew she could help so many different people, and she came in with the $1,000 kit. She signed up on the spot, and here she is tonight, right? So just think about that. It's events. We welcome you. Everybody's here together to help each other, and it's just really powerful to see that. And we're going to just try to make an effort of having these more consistent. But our problem was always waiting on, well, when's corporate having their event? We don't want to pick the same weekend, but now we know the next event, so now we can sort of work around it and have it very quickly. So again, thanks to everybody that came and supported it. It was just, you walk out of there and you just have just this incredible sense of, right place, right time. We're on a mission, and let's just go and help as many as we can. So I'll
Yeah, and
leave it at
I
that
think
and
that,
open it to.
yeah, and I think the thing is, Paul, is that we hadn't done an event. I mean, that's really how we started to grow our business. Is we just started doing, we didn't know what we were doing. We just tried to get people in a room and share about the technology. We didn't have slide decks. We didn't have all the stuff that, we have now. We just wanted a venue to be able to bring people in to a room where they could bring their friends and they could leverage the meeting themselves to introduce the technology to their guests and their friends. So we're really going to work hard. Um, Paul and I and our committee, Kevin Duguay, Jen Moyer, and Darlene Reimer, we're really going to work hard to do no less than four and as many as six events a year. We'll really try to give you notice so that we're going to try and pre-schedule it so that you have time to schedule it in your in your day timers. And I encourage anybody that's, not close to the Toronto area, I know that I'm looking forward to talking to Vicky Swan and Brenna Bovair and some of the people out there to go out there and fly out there and help support their event out there. They're going to name a date, but they really are. We haven't got together really to do these things since before COVID. And Zoom was really sort of the only venue we had. And so my takeaway was, for me, was, man, it was great to give people a hug. It was really good to see people and shake their hand and put a face to the voice and give people a hug and hear them out. So I don't think there's anything better than the touch, you know, getting into a room with people and having conversation. So for me, that was a huge takeaway to be part of that and so on. So what about you, Paul? What was one of your takeaways?
Just, it's I just found so many people that they learned something new. Like they got something from it, even though they've seen Jay 20 times or they saw us or someone else that was speaking or whatever. They just got something from it, like whether it was a golden nugget or a way to say something or approach something or and you think, oh, why am I going to go to that event? I mean, I've been to all those events and like, yeah, but that's the whole point. Like what it instills in you and all those things, but it just you get things that make you look at something differently possibly, or your guest is there and just sees the true value in what we're doing and they want to join. So I think it's just always learning and getting these little golden nuggets that help you build your business forward, because we say it all the time, we're no pros. Like don't think we're out there just you know getting these people that just go and blow this thing right out of the water. No, we have agreed that that's like we're building this organically. It's one person at a time. It's support them and just work with them how they want and just come to these events and it's going to help you grow it. So I think that's a huge takeaway is what you learn there is just supersedes any post you could ever make on Facebook or vendor event or whatever it is. This is, where it's at. So
Yeah.
events are crucial.
Yeah, great, Paul. I'm gonna open it up right now to anybody that was there that wants to, talk a little bit about the event. We're open to criticism, as long as it's positive.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but Monica, I'm gonna call on you. Monica, what's one of your takeaways there?
Oh, I love being, as Paul puts it, belly to belly again.
Hmm.
And so it was nice to see all these familiar faces in 3D as opposed to on a screen on Facebook. So there's people, you kind of creep them on Facebook and you see them. It's like, oh my God, I loved it. And so, I was able to share some information with Edna. Edna was looking for some help, and so she reached out to me too. And unfortunately, I couldn't upload what you wanted, Edna. So I hope you figured it out. But Jay being there. I think for my newest associate, Colleen, who's on here today, I
Hmm.
think Jay being there, the man, the mind, the mission, and the Fab Five, I think that was a great closing.
Yeah,
So
great.
thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for being there, Monica. Um, Edna, I'm going to call on you. Edna, how did you feel about what was some of the takeaways that you took away from the event for you, Edna? You just have to unmute.
Well, as you know, I love live events. We've sure been missing um, having to go to Zoom totally or anything online.
Hmm.
So, like you, Terry, it's good to give the hugs. It's good to see the familiar people. Love seeing the new people because I just can't imagine all of that information that we got on Saturday, what it meant to them and how much it would impress them. Because anytime I always get more things that impress me a lot. And I don't think Connie Higgins is on here tonight, but she shared today with our group that one of the things that surprised her or impressed her was that the CEO of our company hit his head on the hood of his car changing his own oil. Like, can you imagine how busy Jay is? And yeah, I've got, I always try to take notes and I can never keep up, but our phenomenal product and the ability to help so many people. It just comes through loud and clear. Um, I've always tended to be just a product pusher. And because when I grasp onto something that works, I think the whole, like everybody I know should be on it. And why in the world aren't you? But but I'm starting to learn and be a little more comfortable with the fact of the business side. I've been in it a little over 6 years, and the business side hasn't come easy for me to be able to share with other people, because I'm always afraid they're making judgment that I'm only out to make a lot of money off of MLM. And man, that's not my goal whatsoever. My goal is to help them with their lifestyle. But the business side, you and Paul putting it out, the 3-on-3-on-3, what really impresses me about that is that we get to reach so many more people that way. And Jay's mission of reaching 1 billion worldwide, doing the 3-on-3-on-3, if we can, and I know it's not easy, but we can reach more people, and get the tech on more people.
So you're, in conclusion, I guess you would say, people, get to events if you can.
Oh,
get to live events if you can.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful for Karen Edwards that she drove, because I would never have been able to drive in that fog. So that was teamwork at the last moment, that we just came together in the last 2 days just to say, okay, we're going, so she offered to drive, and we got there safely and had a wonderful day. Wonderful day. Just communing with our own little group that we don't always get to meet in person together. And then to be with all of you. It's nothing's like it.
Yeah, great. Good to see you there, Edna, and it's always a pleasure. And you've been a great supporter of events and things. And I agree with you. It's not always easy to present the business. It's not always easy, and a lot of times we don't present the business because we really don't know what we're presenting. And so it's learning about how to present it in an ethical and understandable way that somebody can make an informed decision on whether they want to do it as a business or not. And which sometimes it's not easy to do, to take away that thought process of the, MLM. You're just out to, get my money and so on. So I'm glad you enjoyed that part of it, and we continue to try and perfect that for sure. So Kevin Duguay, I'd love to hear from you.
Should have put me on last, man. I can tell you a lot. No, just kidding. I always been a people person. I love the energy with the people coming in, and especially working the front desk, meet new people coming into the door, the energy, enthusiasm. And one of the cool things that happened at a live event, I'll share this with the field, and this is for those who don't know. I love to do the demo. Now, this was a big point that came up, by the way. This was a big point in our business, is getting comfortable with the demo. So one of the associates that came with Tracy, and I believe her name was Lori, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Lori Smith, I think. But she came up to me at the break, or at the end, and she said, "Listen, can I go over the demo with you? Because you told me that it has never failed you." And I had a problem doing, so I said, "Okay, let's practice." So we did. And we reviewed her quote unquote technique. And then I said, okay, so I'm gonna do the same technique that you did with me. I'm gonna show you what I did. And I want you to reverse it. You try the same. You tell me which one where you have more power and you feel more comfortable. So she tried her way. And then she tried KD's way. And says, wow, that's a big difference. I says, now you know. So as Terry and some of you just alluded to, it's the nuggets that we learn in this field that, rejection is a part of network marketing. And when you go do the demo and it doesn't work, it's like, oh, geez, that guy said it always works. And so it's just sometimes it's the practical, it's the sharing, it's the side conversations. I met a couple new people that I'm going to be doing an event with. And she said, I told you I was going to come, and it was so good to meet you and so good to talk. And those of us who've been at this a while have all learned like little hacks, as I call it, in
Yeah.
regards to whether it's an information flyer or whether it's where to wear how to wear the patches, or these little things that you don't think about, but put a big light into people's hearts about, oh yeah, but at the bottom line, they love the mission. We love
Yeah.
the fact that we have a drug-free option to help people, and that's what draws this group together. We're all drug-free junkies, if you want to use that terminology, to
Drug-free
help
dealers.
people. And it's like, I got, and I'll share this with the field. I had this download when I was driving down to the event, and I shared this morning with the ladies out west. And I said, we are the only technology company that we don't require electricity or batteries. Like if you're a technology company, you need electricity, you need battery, you need some type of power source. We don't need that. We do not need any external power source for this science, for this neurotechnology to work. So it makes us even more um, much more different than everybody else. Going, not that we're already different, but even more so going, I don't understand this stuff. Don't worry, you're not the first one, trust me. And but yeah, just seeing the faces again, being live, the hugs, touching people, interacting. This is a social business.
Yeah.
And the small groups that we had getting together, and this is expanded, by the way, with you guys in the call, with takeoffs from back to the home party, smaller venues, smaller groups getting together, interacting with people. This is what got us going in the beginning. And this is how we're wired as humans. So I think there's a lot we can keep learning on this as we grow. And then as we grow together as a team, that's where the success comes. So it's always great to work with you guys, Terry and Paul and Jen and Dar. It's been a great journey for the last 8, 9, 10 years, however long it's going. And it's going on for a long time anyways. But just seeing new faces and energy and excitement was a big rush. And
Yeah.
just
And
the
I think there's
sideline
always,
conversations, big
yeah. And
part.
I think there's always like, I mean, we've been doing this a long time, Kev. We're you're the first, I'm the second associate in this company. And I still learn every time I go and do an event, whether I'm, helping produce it or whether, I'm listening to other speakers like yourself or Paul or Darlene's such an amazing hostess, MC. Jen's great at organizing. We've got a real good team, but I learn something every time from the speakers. I learn something from the audience. I learn what we can do better through questions from the audience. I learn, what a great organizer Jen Moyer is, at organizing and putting names together and doing this. So my point is we can all learn and get something from it no matter how long we've been doing this. And this isn't just about leveraging events for guests. This is about utilizing events to hone your craft, to get better at what we do, to get better at sharing it, to get better at understanding it. And, I can guarantee you that, professional people like doctors, like chiropractors, like, therapists, they are continually honing their craft. They're continually taking courses and so on. So think of these events as like a little course, a little 3 to 4 hour course that you can come in. And the nice thing is that you don't have to do the work if you bring a guest. The work's being done for you. You can leverage these events for sure. So I think the consensus, Paul, is let's keep going. Let's do some more. Let's get another one booked here ASAP. Anybody that's away from here, you want to reach out to myself or Paul or Darlene or Kevin or whatever, we'll walk you through it. We'll walk you through how to do it. We'll walk you through how to put together a venue. Vicky Swan's done it a number of times with her team out there with Sandra and Brenda Bover and those girls out west. They do a great job out there. Kathy Gage, amazing. So if you're thinking of doing one, it doesn't have to have, hundreds of people in there. You can start out with 20 or 30. And we're here to help you. So we're going to continue on these events. It's so nice to be able to do it now that COVID's kind of behind us. So I'm glad everybody felt very, very positive about the way it went for sure. So we also wanted to talk about just briefly tonight. I want to have an open mic and let people speak of those that um, may want to share some successes that they've had with their business and want to share maybe some struggles you're having with your business, and maybe we can help you or guide you in a better direction, or maybe we can pick up from you some tips, some successes that you've used. So if you'd like to speak, we'd love to hear from you. Helen Ben, please, Helen, go ahead.
Mute. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Welcome,
Okay, so I'm getting incredibly brave right now.
Helen. Good for you.
So I have two things, and I don't know about compliance for either, so that's why I'm running it by you guys now. So I had somebody a few weeks ago, who bought a packet of joy from me, because he was just, a senior guy, just a bit low, whatever, didn't know his story. And he actually called me like two or 3 weeks later and said that those patches took his nightmares away. And in the conversation, he was having nightmares every night. And the joy patches took his nightmares away, and he wanted more of the other patches. He wanted more information, and so on and so forth. I was blown away. I didn't expect that. That was not what I thought was on the radar of joy, but just throwing it out there for everyone else, that it's not just REM that helps with sleep. It could be joy or peace or something. So
And a great
am I
point.
okay? Yeah, am I okay to share that story for joy, or am I crossing a line with saying nightmares?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay,
Not at
good.
all. Because
So my other thing,
nightmares is not a disease.
exactly, exactly.
Right?
So my other thing is, so where I am, I do live and dry blood analysis and epigenetic mapping hair analysis. That's my world. And every 3 months, I bring a thermography clinic into my private practice. I'm in the Natural Health Centre in Barry's Bay. And so today, the thermography imaging came in, and I said, can you do my images? So she did. And then if we put a patch on, can you see a difference? Because I had a little bit of a tweak thing going on in my neck, which let's settle down because I changed the pillow a couple of nights ago. So I kind of know what's going on, but wanted to see it as a visual.
What patch did you put back on, Helen?
So that was the challenge for me was, which one do I put on? Do I put victory, peace, or defend? So looking at the images that she took and talking about what she saw was my issues, we decided on the victory patch. So she put the victory patch just under, like, top of my spine, just before the dowager's hump area there. It's in there. And then took the thermography images again, and she could see the difference. So I said, do you want to take the pictures now? So she said, no, we'll wait for it to take effect. I said, no, I'm pretty sure it's taken effect. Like, because I did the balance test on her and did the Liberty patch on her. She was blown away. So then she said, no, we need to give it some time. I said, no, you don't. You really don't. Let's just do this. So she did, and she could see a difference in the energy through the thermography imaging from putting a patch on that relieved a lot of the issues that were going on with me.
Wow.
So I'm waiting for it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm waiting for her to give me the images. I got the first ones, and she took the shots of the other ones, like the screenshots. So, but she was traveling back to Ottawa, and I'm in Barry's Bay. So I have to wait and get that comparison side by side kind of imaging.
Yeah, well, I
So,
mean, that's a great testimonial to put in the testimonials group.
okay, so again, that's okay. That's not crossing
But
any compliance.
you're not curing any disease or anything. You're just saying,
Exactly.
before I was
Yeah.
dealing with this, put the patch on,
Yeah.
and after, here's my images, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's just personal experience. It's a symptom you were
Yeah.
dealing with, or whatever. So now it should
Yeah.
be perfectly fine. But isn't that amazing though? And you think, well, all I had to do was share it. All I had to do was just to be brave
Exactly.
enough to challenge her and say, "Hey, no, you don't have to wait. Let's go right now." Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah, and that was my big thing. It's like now I want to throw a defend patch on or a peace patch on, like take another image, take another image. But it was like you have to make that choice and do that one. And
mhm.
next time I see her, maybe I'll do a different one
Do
or see
live
what's
blood,
showing
do
up.
live blood cell.
Yeah, well, I've done that too, and I've shown the difference. Like 45 minutes later,
Yeah,
I really see a difference. Yeah, I
yeah,
did that a few months ago. That was when I was first introduced to Super Patch was as a blood analysis. It was actually Heather. Don't know if I'm allowed to drop her name here, but Heather said, "Hey, you're a blood analysis. Take a look at this." So I did, and sure enough, like didn't want to wait the hour because we were kind of twiddling thumbs because it was my husband's blood. I took a pinprick of his finger. Sure enough, 45 minutes later, I could see the difference.
yeah,
And it was, free floating. The mitochondria of the cell was stronger looking, and it was just a healthier looking blood sample for
yeah.
sure.
Isn't that fantastic? So the
Yes.
key is stand up, share what we have, be
Mhm.
confident in what we have, be brave enough to share it, and you will make a difference in people's lives, not only including your own, but others. And
Yeah.
Darlene put it very, very clearly at our event, Darlene Frost, uh, that this is a process. It's not a pill, right? So depending on how dysregulated your neurology, your central nervous system is, it will work, but it sometimes takes longer for one person than it does for another. But rest
Hmm.
assured that it's working. It's doing something, right?
Yes.
So good for you, and thank you so much for sharing, Helen, and thank you for being on the call tonight. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Anybody else tonight? A
Well,
story, a challenge?
I was going to just jump in, Terry. So I've had a lot of people come at me, and it's the age-old question. Number one, we're afraid to say it's MLM. We're afraid to say it's network marketing. We're worried about people talking about it being a pyramid scheme and all those things. So if somebody asks you that, all you have to do is say, can you please define what a pyramid scheme is? They won't have a clue what to say. And then I'd say, look, what's the difference between me and a real estate agent or a real estate broker? I'm a broker and I have all these people underneath me selling houses and I make commission off every single one of them. And that's okay. But because I have a franchise, I'm a broker of drug-free patches. And because I have a whole bunch of people under me selling those patches to people that are actually changing their life and doing all these amazing things, that makes me part of a scheme. I don't know. I'm just confused. But anyway, that's how you have to leave it. And then they can just go and keep saying it's a pyramid scheme because, whatever, they're conditioned to not be bigger and better and have more money. Or they can just kind of wake up and go,
You
wait
and
a
I
second.
actually, Paul, you and I actually ran a pyramid scheme for a lot of years. And
Yeah.
your business was a pyramid scheme because you know what? You were the publisher and the CEO, and nobody was going to get your position. You had people that worked for you, and you made money off of those people when they sold ads for your publication,
Yeah.
right? I had, staff that I had foremen, I had managers, and I made money based on how well they sold, how well they did their job. So um, the reality is
Should be my turn.
a pyramid scheme is illegal. It's when no product or service changes hands for an exchange of money. That's a pyramid scheme. So a lot of people will say it's a pyramid scheme simply because they've heard somebody else say it. I often say, "Oh, have you had a bad experience with a pyramid scheme? Tell me about it." And they, well, no, they really don't, right? So then you can quietly and gently say, "Well, to be quite honest, every business in the world is a pyramid scheme because there's CEOs and owners, there's managers, there's foremen, there's workers, and yes, they can work their way up, but quite possibly, unless they buy the company, they're not going to be the CEO. They'll never get to the top. And I tell people, to be quite honest, I'll tell you what a pyramid scheme is. Pyramid scheme is where money changes hands for no product or no service. That's a pyramid scheme. And so
It's
usually,
also known as a Ponzi scheme.
yes,
That's truly what it is, if
yeah.
there's a product.
But that's, I mean, that's really, you know, one of the ways that you can answer it. And great point, Paul. That is some of the things that people say right away. Oh, it's a pyramid, and they're only saying that because they've heard other people say it. They don't
Gary,
even.
can I say something?
Sure, Florian, go ahead.
I was thinking about that this week, and actually it only came this week. And my thinking is that the biggest direct sale company in the world is Amazon. Amazon doesn't produce anything. They don't manufacture anything. All they do is they take a product from the manufacturers and send it to the consumer. They're a distribution company. And that's what we are. We are a direct sale company. We take it from the manufacturer, which is J, and we bring it to a customer.
Yep,
So basically, right now, the biggest direct sale company in the world is Amazon.
yep.
I mean, it's not a it works. I mean, this concept has been working for over 100 years. So uh, it's just that people have a
Well, most people,
mentality of
yeah, Florian,
yeah,
people don't understand what multi-level means,
exactly,
right?
exactly,
So
exactly.
it just means that you're building a worldwide distribution network of people,
Yep.
all
And
buying.
but Amazon, the only one that makes money is the executive and the shareholders. On the other side, people can have a piece of the action and then make a living out of it.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Great point.
yeah,
Yeah, thanks for
And I
sharing.
remember there's people that pour $4 a gallon. I'm going to do US here gas, and they're all mad as they're drinking their $30 a gallon Starbucks, right? So just remember that's a big difference because you could give up the one to help with the other, but that's just kind of priority, right? So the right people will want to join you if they want to, and the ones that don't won't. So just
Yeah,
keep
and I think
being
it just
you.
comes down to calmly and doing your best to try and educate somebody. Because a lot of times people say things not just about multi-level marketing, just about things in life out of complete ignorance, right? And their ignorance doesn't necessarily constitute an automatic emergency on your behalf to teach them the truth. They have to be willing to accept it. They have to be open to hear it, right? So, don't let that get to you. It's just sort of next, calmly try and, work around their misunderstanding or their uneducated views of what we do. And we changed a lot of people's lives. We've changed, close to 2 million people's lives. That's bravo to all you people on here. That's absolutely mind-blowing what we've done. We're all a small part of it. We're all part of that worldwide distribution network of people. And each one of us that's an associate, that's our responsibility is to build the same thing, a worldwide distribution network of people, right? And you can be rewarded. You can build your network as big as you want, or you can simply just share it yourself. There's many ways to participate to achieve the successes that you want. So yes, it's one of those things that we hear, Paul, and you and I have heard it for a number of years, and it almost gets comical, and it's so easy to ask. It's so easy once you're confronted with it a number of times. It's so easy. It's almost becomes comical.
Yeah.
So, um, anybody else? Struggles, successes you want to share?
Yeah, I'd like to share one.
Sure.
Okay, I did a show on Saturday. I'm from Priestville, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
And I did the balance test on a young girl. She said she had a really sore back, but we did the balance test and I put the Liberty on afterwards and it was much better. And within 5 minutes, she said, "Oh, my back is even feeling better." Like she was just blown away. And then I gave her a freedom patch for her back and that. And she's half an hour later, she says, "I feel like doing cartwheels." And this was right at the show and people are listening and everything. It was really good. And she said, "I'm going to go home and I'm going to sign up." and we did the QR code on her phone, so she had the site and everything. And so I contacted her again yesterday, the day after the show. Yeah, I'm going to do it in the afternoon, but she still hasn't done it. So I don't know. Should I contact her again?
Yeah, I think it's important that you follow up, and I think it's very important that you understand what she wants. Try and identify what she wants out of this, Anne, and
Mm-hmm.
ask her the questions. What are you looking to do with this company? Are you looking to just buy products at the best price? Are you looking to build a bit of a business with it? It's very important to ask the proper questions, because
Right.
this isn't
Mm-hmm.
about you. This is about her. And
Yeah.
it's about, figuring out what she wants. And it's your job as a sponsor to help her get it. But it's also your
Yeah.
job to help her understand what she's getting into, what the available bonuses are,
Mm-hmm.
what her financial responsibility is every month if she wants to make money.
Right.
Right?
Right.
There's a financial responsibility with every business. And if you're doing this as a business, you have to understand there's a financial responsibility. A company's not going to pay you for not utilizing their product. I can assure you, it doesn't matter who it is. So, ask her the questions, Anne, reach out and
Yeah.
say, can we have a talk? I really want to understand what you're looking to do so I can help you achieve that. And
Right.
then leverage it and if reach out to, somebody on your upline or whatever, do a three-way call.
Okay. All
Hope
right.
that
Because
helps.
she first wanted it just for her dad. And then when she tried it, well, she was downright excited about it and everything. Got me some sales, but you
Yeah.
know, she said she was going to go online and sign up. And I
Well,
texted her,
it's very important to ask her why she wants to sign up. What are you looking to do by signing up? Does she understand
right.
what signing up even means?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Because it's very important that we, help people understand what they're getting into and educate them. That's our job,
Right.
educate them. So, it's not a race to get them signed up. But it is our responsibility to follow up with them and make sure they understand and that you understand what they're looking to do.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Great.
you.
Okay, yeah, thanks for sharing. Okay, Edna, last one. You have to unmute.
I'm liking everybody's experiences, but I want to go back to Saturday. This was one thing that Jay said. Well, he said a lot, but he said his desire or his goal is for people living without a pill. Okay. And like you said before, or Kevin said, that we're interested in people's health. He said, I don't want to change people interested in pills and drugs because they're out there, right? That's all they're interested in. That's their mind focus. This is only right for people interested in drug-free solutions for their health and wellness. So he says, we have to respect their choices. It's not our job to change their mind. That was very significant to me
Yeah,
because
yeah, great point.
too many times when we're product focused and think this is the be all and end all, basically, we try to change their mind and we're just knocking our heads up against the wall. So I just wanted to share that quickly.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And again, you've been at this a long time too, Edna. And another golden nugget taken away because you were there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so great point. So anyways, we're a little past the half hour by about 6 or 7 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being on the call. I'll get the recording up ASAP. I want to remind everybody about our opportunity call on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Start your invites now. It's a great way to leverage and learn about the opportunity and to share with others what this opportunity is. But remember, your team's only going to do what you do. So if you're not here, it gives your team the excuse not to be here too. So do your best to get people on the call that are interested in learning more. We have it down to 15 minutes now, 20 minutes tops. And Paul does a great job at ripping through this slide deck that gives people all the necessary information they need to know to make an informed decision to get started, or from a customer perspective, or from a business perspective. So Thursday at 8 p.m., the link will be put up in the Pagination group very shortly. So thanks all, everybody, and have a great evening. And we'll talk to you all again soon.